Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in as always. Right, so I'm waiting for a new GoPro triple mount for the Forester, primarily for the Forester, and I thought, do you know what better way to test the POV settings and GoPro, etc, than a little drive in the van. Gonna have to have a little bit of window. It is boiling. Righty tighty. So, been making a few videos about the van this week because I've got a couple of days off. I saw the weather forecast was looking favourable, so I thought I'd take a couple of days off. Anyway, so I tried doing some POV filming in the Forester about 2 months ago using a GoPro head mount, and as the guides I'd read suggested, it was dire because when you have it on the GoPro head mount it's too high, so it looks like you're looking from the point of view of a giant. So I invested in a new baseball cap and the GoPro clip, and now I've got the baseball cap fitted really high and the clip attached upside down on the peak, which apparently gives you the most natural position. Anyway, that is yet to be seen until I record the footage and get it on my computer and have a look, but hopefully this is successful. Anyway, you know, I've been doing quite a few videos about the van, interior, engine, drivetrain, searching for one, etc, the habitation side of things, just putting up one up recently about the roof. So yeah, I thought it'd be good to do a POV video example. I've been saying in the videos actually that you know, the van's very mellow to drive. Whether that comes across in POV format is another matter altogether, but yeah, I like driving it. Yeah, obviously it's a nearly 40 years old, so there is always that concern of is it going to make it, but unlike my RS Turbo Sport Fiesta or Subaru Forester STI, the van is very simple. So as long as you keep some basic tools, a lot of the stuff you can fix yourself. And I've got RAC, breakdown recovery, so breakdown cover. But yeah, it drives very nice, very mellow. Not going to break any speed records in it though, but it is very nice to drive, and I'm certainly not doing any B road blasts. Anyway, very quickly about the FOS POV. So I did do a POV test in the Forester about 2 months ago, and whilst it was alright, because I had the GoPro 10 set on, it was set on stabilisation was set to boost. It was really weird. It was though it kept the road still, my head still, but the round the window surround of the Forester, that just moved like a separate cage. Oh, it was horrific. It made you feel, you know, almost unbearable when I was doing my quality assurance checks, and I thought, oh, I can't upload that, everyone's going to hate me. So yeah, today I've dialed the stabilisation down 1 notch. I don't suppose it makes a huge amount of difference in the van because it's very well sprung, it's quite nice and squishy. Maybe the Forester being on coilovers and just particularly hard doesn't do it any favours. Anyway, let's find another little tiny bit of back road and just do a little buzz around. That's one thing you find with other car drivers when you're in the van. I suppose this is somewhat how lorry drivers feel, but you're in a vehicle that's not enormously agile, and people just lumber around in your way. in modern vehicles that could just get a bit of a crack on, you know, a bit of a move on, and that is frustrating. I mean, generally, I don't push the van. Anyway, let's get on the gas. Sounds nice. I love the noise this makes. I mean, I'd say it moves faster than I would expect for a vehicle of this weight with engine technology of this period and the incredibly low BHP. Oh, I really feel like I'm going to sneeze. Just what you want when you're doing POV. Maybe it's because the GoPro is just resting on the bridge of my nose. So yeah, it's unfortunately making me want to sneeze. Good thing is you don't have to spend a huge amount of time looking at speed limits, because most of the time you're not even doing the speed limit. You're just chilling out. People don't tend to get as much as you'd think when you get one of these, that you'd be holding people up all the time. You don't get an enormous amount of animosity when you're in the van. You know, you drive the Forester slow and people look at you like you're mad, and they get a bit grumpy. Get a move on. But when you're in the van, no such problem. I don't know whether I could say they're happy to see it on the road, but that maybe is a stretch. But you know, just pop that down a bit. Who knows? Who knows? You know, I'm looking forward to getting this back and getting it uploaded and see what it's like. No rev counter in this, but again, you know, you just generally don't push it. All I'm interested in is it got fuel, how fast am I going, and what's the temperature looking like, and that is it. I need to find a nice spot to spin around, and then we'll have a look at the footage. Always nice to see that we're charging. Nice comfortable position actually. It's a nice place to sit for long journeys. I think with the one exception that maybe because the seat cushions are a tad warm, should we say, being the original seats, there is a slight lack of support, but the general seating position, seat height, etc., etc., is nice. Right then, always leave myself plenty of room to stop, because drum brakes all round, and they are due a service. And as I've said, you know, the last thing we want to do is damage it, so we'll let these people through, because I'm not in any rush. That's the lovely thing about driving the van. You know, there's no rush. Life goes by nice and slowly, and you know, it does remind you every now and again that you don't have to rush all the time. You don't have to rush all the time. It's sometimes quite nice just to meander along, nice and mellow. I don't exactly know where I am. Well, I parked the Forester around here the other day, funnily enough, for a run, just because it was a nice little loop. I think, oh, my daughter had popped to see her nan, and I had an hour and a half to kill, so I thought, oh, I'll do a quick run around here. It's quite nice actually, quite nice. I know that I'm not far from home, but I don't know precisely where I am. Despite being relatively advanced in years, I do rely on sat-nav a bit too much. My late dad would be mortified. I think he could get to, he was a lorry driver, and he could get to anywhere in England with a, well, without looking at a map. But if come to it, you know, for the finer details, or trying to find a farm late at night, you'd just be looking at a map. Easy. Anyway, so with the Forester, going back to the POV on the FOS again, very quickly. So what I've planned to do, I remembered I had an old GoPro 3, so I was thinking I'll put a triple mount on the back and record the exhaust sound, so I get audio and footage from the exhaust, and I will record POV with the GoPro 10 on my cap like this, and see how we get on. But I wanted to get a triple mount just in case, because someone had said on the forum the other day, you know, oh, it'd be good to get out and do some driving, let's hear the Forester. And it's been on my mind to do some more pure FOS video, and I thought, if I'm going to go out and get it warm, empty the car out so it's not rattling, give it the beans, hit some B roads, the last thing I want is to be worrying about my GoPro. So I do have a genuine GoPro single sucker mount, but I think I'd feel happier if I had a triple mount on the back of the FOS. So we're not going to hit that quite yet. Only a 4-speed box in this, but the box is lovely, it's really nice. And as I said in one of my other videos, I've always wondered whether a 5-speed would be good, but I don't think it works so great in here, to be honest. Not until the day we've had it painted and then maybe put in an EJ255 engine. That'd be nice. Non-turbo version, 170 brake. That would be ideal for FOS, I think. Sorry, for camper van. I think she'd like it. Always say hello to other VW owners, obviously. Apologies for the wind noise. That's one thing you do notice, quite a lot of wind noise. You know, you've got two great big grills at the front and copious amounts of vents. I've got the window open, I know, and the roof, and you get it's very boxy. You get the whoosh of the wind all around you. Don't really notice it until you're doing sort of 50, 55 on a dual carriageway. But you know, it's getting up here, okay? We're in 4th gear still. Like I say, there's no epic rush. I quite like listening to the sound of it. I don't want to labour the hell out of her, but you know, she sounds nice. She sounds nice. Maybe I could have got it up into 3rd a little bit quicker, but like I say, there's no rush. It's all about mellow driving. And maybe, sorry about the moving my head so much, but with a GoPro on the bridge of your nose, I'm maybe trying to look either side of it. Ta-da! But yeah, it seems to be working alright. It seems tolerable. I'll be glad when them brakes are done. Apparently the garage told me that the brakes are just binding a little bit, so they could do with a service. Free them up, new springs probably. Pardon me. But yeah, just wonderful to drive. Really, really wonderful. I remember when I first took it out, when we first bought it 5 or 6 years ago, I was always very, very impressed with its road manners, really. And it handles alright as it goes. I don't like to chuck it around too much because we've always got it packed to capacity with camping equipment. But you know, it drives nice. It does drive nice, and it is relatively. It handles well. I like the suspension. Feels good. Maybe that's because of the weight, I guess. Don't know if people are seeing the GoPro and thinking, "Oof, get out of the way." What's he doing? Maybe I look like Terminator coming down the road with a red dot on the front. Anyway, about 3/4 of a mile to go, I suppose. 3/4 of a mile to go. Nothing's flown over, nothing's flying around, which is always a bonus. It's always a thing whenever you have people sitting in the back, you just see them holding on to stuff as you go around bends, like, ah. Obviously, because I knew I was doing this, I've been in and had a little clean, made sure the frontal aspect was relatively clean. The dash is quite clean. Just got a pot of polish next to me. When I put it in here, I thought, do you know what? A pot of polish of some description is never that far away from me at the moment, it seems. Do like a bit of cleaning. Sure you've noticed that. I specifically avoided that hill because the van, that is a really steep hill, and the van, not a massive fan. Anyway, I've been waiting in all morning for my delivery to come from Royal Mail, and they said it'd be delivered by 1. It's gone 1 now. No show. I need to press on. Made another video this morning, uploaded another video this morning, edited another one, got that uploading as well. Thought, right, let's get out and do some POV. I've got gardening at my mum's tomorrow, so let's get out, do a bit of POV, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's good enough to upload. Well, it's not community speed watch, that's for sure. Let's just tuck in here a minute, and tuck in here, spin her around. There. Anyway, treble check everything. Excuse me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed it. Van is running all right. I know the paintwork needs doing. That's happening next. Anyway, I hope that's enjoyable. Thank you for watching as always. If you're enjoying the content, please consider a like and subscribe. Smash that bell button so you get notifications when I do new content. Thanks for watching as always. Take care. Bye bye.